Right, okay guys, welcome to a somewhat different Friday Waffle. I'm actually recording this on Thursday because when you're watching this, I am actually out. I'm away it's my niece's 30th birthday, so I'm being invited out for a meal. So this is me going up Deckham Hill, which is about 5 minutes from the house. It's a lovely walk. This is probably my favourite walk with the dogs. Hopefully you can hear my voice okay. I know the GoPro's not got the greatest microphone thing in it, but hopefully it'll work enough. That's Jax. Hurry up Archie, come on. Now I will apologise in advance, A, for the shaky camera, and B, if I have to do jump cuts, because I'm not one of these people that's overly comfortable talking to myself when there's people coming, and it's quite a busy place for dog walkers. So if there's an inadvertent sort of break, you'll know what it is. So yeah, you can see weather wise it's not cold. I think it's about 13 degrees, but it's, you know, it's still nice. I absolutely love this time of year. Excuse me being able to get out and walk. You know, lovely. So anyway, I hope you're all good. I had a busy day today. I was all over the place actually at work. So what am I going to talk about now? What I've done is, it's all very technical. Yeah. It's all very technical. I have taken snapshots of the questions that I was asked last week in last week's Friday Waffle. So once I've finished rambling, I'm going to answer some questions. Hurry up! Anyway, yeah, so that's the plan, Dan. I'm actually watching I just noticed through somebody's window, they're watching the tennis, Nadal versus some arrogant arsehole from Australia. Now, no disrespect to any people from Australia, but this particular guy, I can't remember what his name is. He's a bit of a twat, I think. He's a bit of a bad loser, actually. I don't ever play tennis, but I must admit I do quite enjoy watching Wimbledon. So anyway, let's get back on topic. I'll just prove that I am actually here. But that's what I'll do. I'll maybe video me for a wee bit, and then I'll video some of the countryside. How's that? Just so you know I'm actually here. Now you might notice how overgrown this place is. It is exceptionally overgrown. Now apparently, I noticed all the sort of roundabouts and grass verges in Livingston are all getting stupidly overgrown. Now quite a few people, myself included, have actually complained to the council, and apparently the budget has been cut for cutting grass, and it gets cut how many times a year? Once. Yep, they cut the grass once a year, which quite frankly is just absolute nonsense. If I start getting out of breath, it's because I'm walking uphill, and even though I can maybe run 10-20 miles, when I'm walking uphill I find it hard to talk without blowing out my arse like an old man that I am. So basically they're not cutting the grass apart from once a year, and to be honest with you, it's actually become a hazard, because as you're coming up to a roundabout you obviously look to your right, and because the verge is overgrown you can't actually see what's coming. That is Deckham Hill. Now believe it or not, and I think I've mentioned this before, I have actually, in a video many moons ago, this is actually the spot of a very, very famous UFO encounter. I think it was 1978. There was a forestry worker by the name of Bob Taylor. He was up here doing a kind of, what would you call it? Oh, mind the dog, Jobby. Don't step in the dog. Jobby, too late. Yeah, Bob was up here with his dog in his council Land Rover, and as he entered this clearing, there was a large ball thing on the ground, and from it came two quite large spiky balls that came rushing towards him. Apparently the smell that came from the balls rendered the poor guy unconscious, and he woke up, I don't know how long later, he woke up and he was, his trousers were all ripped and he felt terrible. The police actually came along and they checked the area and they found indentations in the ground, but there was no indentations leading to the clearing. Therefore, whatever was on the ground came from above. Apparently the army confirmed that there was no, helicopter, not you're going to get a helicopter in the bloody grass, but they confirmed there was no kind of there was no operations going on at that time. So to this day, it is one of the most unexplained UFO encounters that there's ever been. Now what makes it doubly interesting is the guy Bob Taylor. I mean, he sadly passed away. He died about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Everybody that knew him, now my ex-father-in-law, who himself is a very, very dour, serious character, he knew Bob Taylor and said you couldn't get a more serious, dour individual. So he wasn't the type of person to make things up, and he was absolutely not the type of person to try and get any publicity. I mean, he actively shunned the publicity from this UFO encounter. So there's actually a plaque. Now if I can be arsed, I might walk down and let you see it. How's that? How's that? Don't say I don't go the extra mile for you guys. Yeah, you can see there just how long the grass is. Now fair enough, this is a kind of country park thing, you don't mind that, but you know, on the main roads, etc. So that's Declan Hill. I'll talk other stuff and then we'll hopefully go down and see the plaque where said UFO encounter took place. Hurry up, Jax! They spend more time eating bloody grass and peeing. That's all my dogs do. So anyway, yeah, listen, this I'm not gonna, it's a Friday waffle, but the main topic that I want to talk about today is just how wonderful the internet, and more specifically YouTube, can be. And there's two reasons. Oh, did I hear somebody coming round here? Maybe not, maybe not. No, we're okay, we're good to go. Yeah, there's two reasons. I can't remember what day it was. Last Friday, I think it was. One of the guys that watches my channel, Ox Mark II, he's called, Neil is his name. He sent me a message to basically say that him and his good lady were in Edinburgh on holiday for 4 days and would I like to come through and meet them. So I did just that. I went through to Edinburgh, met them in a pub, and you know what, two of the nicest people you could not hope to meet. Really, really nice. They very generously bought me my dinner, which was excellent. Very, very kind of them. However, it doesn't stop there. Neil happened to mention NERG, which is North East Retro Gaming, I believe it stands for. NERG is basically a Play Blackpool, but it's in Newcastle. Sorry, this was, I get out of breath. Just see as you come up here, it's a beautiful, beautiful view. Now hopefully, hey, now I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see these three flashing beacons. That is the Queensferry Crossing Bridge. Now I don't know if you can see it, but to the right of these you'll see the Forth Bridge, or the Forth Road Bridge, which was the original road bridge, and then to the right of that, you might just be able to see it. You can see the red girders. That is the original Forth Bridge. People call it the Forth Rail Bridge, but it's not, it's a Forth Bridge, because that was the original Forth Bridge. And that is the Kingdom of Fife over there. Further up there is where Rockstar Entertainment? They're up in Dundee. So anyway, I'm back to Nerg. I think it's time to look at my glorious face. So, back to Nerg again. Neil said to me, "Are you going to Nerg?" And I'm like, "When?" And he said it's on Saturday the 13th. So I checked my diary, and I'm now going. Myself, my mate, my girlfriend, we're all going down. And Neil has very, very kindly offered to put us up for the night. So the three of us are going down to stay over with Neil and his missus on Friday night, and then we're going to go to Nerg on Saturday. That is the Pentland Hills over there. Yeah, so looking forward to it. There's quite a few of my mates going. Paulie Moz is going. I think there's a few others. So if you happen to be going to Nerg on Saturday and you see me, then please come up and say hello. Now I know it's windy, I don't know if you can hear my voice. Okay, I'll try and talk louder so you can hear me. But yeah, if you happen to be going to Nerg and you spot me, please come up and say hello. I don't bite, honest gov. Now through these gates, I don't know what it is. It looks kind of like it looks like that is the roof to some sort of building. Now, there's a bit of a conspiracy that this might be linked to the UFO. Highly unlikely, I think. But that's what some people say. Now look how overgrown this place is. Now, you might get a laugh shortly because I'm about to climb this hill and then go down back down the hill again, and it's always very, very slippy. That's Deer Park Golf Club. So anyway, yeah, going to Nerg on Saturday. Now the second part, well, what not, in fact, let's finish this first part before I move on. What I want to say is, I went into Edinburgh to basically meet a complete stranger to me. Now, I know Neil, or Ox, I'm going to call him Ox because that's what you guys know him as. I know Ox through, he watches my channel, he always takes part in, what do you call it, he always takes part in live streams, he always watches my videos, he always comments. But I basically went along, I jumped on a train and went along into Edinburgh to meet two complete strangers. But you know what, within, not even within 10 seconds, instantly it was like we'd been mates for years. You know, it's so it's one of these things, you know what I mean. I know Neil said he felt a wee bit awkward talking to me initially. I think he said he was slightly nervous, but you know, that's, I do kind of understand that, not because I'm some sort of celebrity at all, but when you watch somebody, whether it's on TV or whether it's on YouTube, I suppose you kind of think you know them, and then when you get to see them in real life, it can be a wee bit odd. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb this hill just for you guys. Yep, that's where I left my underpants. This is where I don't talk, because I'm blowing out my arse, that's why. This is Decment Hill. You do get quite a nice view from the top. There's that's the UFO bunker, apparently. Oh, there's usually somebody up here, and there is, it's me. Now you might not hear me because it's windy. There we are, Decment Hill. Pentlands. These are the Pentland Hills. Now that hill that you can see away in the foreground, that's Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh. And that's about 15 miles away. And round here is where all these windmills, that's kind of heading, that's looking west towards Glasgow. Yeah, you got a nice view up here. That is Eva's school, that's her high school. Right, let's get down I think and go and look for a UFO. Come on Jax, Archie, hurry up! So this is where I am liable to fall on my arse. But I've come nice and prepared, right? Hang on a second, there's some kids here. I've got my running shoes on, which are kinda got quite good grips. So hopefully I won't go falling on my arse. Jax! Right, I'm going to pause this for a second guys, back. Right, back again. Now you see there's the dog. Now Jax likes to, he doesn't attack them, he just likes to hump them. So hopefully I'm going to keep him in control. Jax, stay here. Hopefully the wee guys will disappear so that we can walk down this hill without any. Because I've got him in a lead, and if he pulls me, I'm going to go flying. You alright Archie? Right, come on. Right, stop pulling you. Stop pulling Jax. Here. So far so good. Stop pulling. Jax, stop pulling. Stop it. Right, we're almost there. Right. We're done. We're good. Right. Come on, hurry up. Jax, here. Right, let's go this way. Move. Yeah, I can't believe how overgrown this part is. Right, come on, let's go. Right, I think I can let him off the lead. Right, sit. Here. Right. Jax, come here. Right, let's go. Come on. Right, we're good to go again. So anyway, Nerg, yep, heading there on Saturday, but the point is, it's wonderful that you can go along, you can meet two complete strangers, and within a week you're going down to stay with them to go to a video games event. I mean, you know, that is just awesome how friendly this community can be. So yeah, really looking forward to it. So it's, excuse me, it's Saturday the 13th we're doing that. So looking forward to seeing Neil and his good lady. So the other part I want to talk about, continuing the theme of how nice are my YouTubers friends. I put out a video, I don't know what day it was, Sunday or something. My mate Grant has got a little girl who's 8 years old. She's blind, she can't walk. Now I wrongly said that she couldn't hear. Apparently she can hear a sweetie wrapper getting opened at 100 metres. So she's got amazing hearing. She can't talk, and I don't think she's going to live to become an old age adult. I think she is on a kind of limited lifespan, but you know, how long she's got is anyone's guess, we don't know. But she's getting bigger, obviously. She's 8 years old, and she's got this special adapted buggy which she's in. Her mum and dad obviously push her in it. Now she's getting too big for this, so they had a look to see if they could get a new buggy, and there's a buggy they can get. It's the basic model, and it's £3,000 it's going to cost. So they applied to the council to see if they could get a grant towards it, and they were basically told no, because it's not, to term what they said, life-threatening. They could not get any money towards buying this buggy. Now, where the council think they're going to get £3,000 from is beyond me. So Grant decided, I'll see if I can raise the money through sponsorship. So he's got off his arse, and he's lost 2 stone in weight, and he's going to climb Ben Nevis. I love this. You want to see Jax is going to do a jobby, I think, is he? Don't let me down, Jax. Hey! That is a dog doing a jobby. Yeah. So they've been told they can't get funding. So anyway, Grant's started this sponsor. He's going to climb Ben Nevis, which apparently is no mean feat. I've never climbed it myself. I've heard it is no walk in the park. It's a difficult thing, so fair play to him. So anyway, within 2 days, there was something like £1,600 had been raised by all his friends and family and people sharing it. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to do my wee bit. I don't ask or will ever ask for money from anybody who watches my YouTube channel. I don't not agree. For me personally, I would never go down the Patreon route. I am not comfortable taking money off people that I'm going to use. I do understand that Patreon is a totally fine thing, but it's not for me. I'm not comfortable with it. But what I am comfortable with is putting an appeal out there to people, explaining the situation, telling people about this little girl. And I've got to say, you guys have absolutely rallied round big style. I think I've probably, when I say me, I don't mean me, I think between us all we've probably pulled in about 150 quid. Now, when you consider this little girl is a complete stranger to all you guys, but you guys are there, you guys have helped, and I just want to say an absolutely massive, massive, massive thank you to each and every one of you who is very, very kindly generated. That is awesome. You know, there's so much misery in the world at the moment with everything with Brexit, and just there's so much stuff going on. It's negative. But you know what, when you hear of things like this, when you witness something like this, people coming together for a common cause to help this little girl have a better life, it's awesome. And I actually get, even just talking about it, it makes me, I do get a lump in my throat. I just think it's awesome what you people have done. So thank you very, very, very much, and I mean that sincerely. So yeah, YouTube is full of trolls and nasty people, possibly, but you know what, there is a lot of good people out there as well. You know, and that's what feeds my not addiction, that's what feeds my passion to keep making videos, because it's so much fun. And when you've got a good group of people like you lot watching my channel, supporting me, encouraging me, you're all mates. You're all mates at the end of the day. You know, and I might not see most of you in real life, but that doesn't matter, you know. So anyway, that is that. Gaming wise, what have I been doing? My girlfriend, her son, it's his birthday, so she was saying to me, yo, what can I buy him, what can I buy him? Now, he's in, well, when I say he's into video games, he's still got a Mega Drive, he's still got a SNES, but he doesn't use them. I says, why don't we get him a Raspberry Pi? Now, she had no idea what this was. So I basically, I showed her, I told her what it was, and we bought it. It's the Raspberry Pi 3 Plus, is it? Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, something like that. So it arrived yesterday, and it came a 16 gig SD card. So I downloaded one of the RetroPie images and put it on, and I've got to say, I was blown away with how wonderful this little image is. 16 gig, and it's got something like 6,000 games in it. It's got Atari, no, it's not got it. It's got an Atari 2600, it's got an Atari 7800, it's got a Commodore Amiga, it's got the Mega Drive, it's got the SNES, it's got the NES, it's got the Wonder Boy, I can't remember, Wonder Swan, that's it. It's got the Neo Geo Pocket, it's got the Neo Geo, it's got MAME, it's got Final Burn, it's got ColecoVision. It's also got hacks of SNES games and Mega Drive games, and the presentation is absolutely sublime, to the point I'm actually going to redo my own one. I've got a Raspberry Pi 3, so I'm going to get a new image, even if it's just a 16 gig one, and use that. I've actually bought myself a Raspberry Pi 4, which arrived, well, I don't know, it arrived on Monday or something. Now, there's not a RetroPie out for it as yet. I'm sure it'll probably be out in the next couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to trying it, because the Raspberry Pi 3 does an absolutely stonking job with RetroPie. But the new, what do you call it, Raspberry Pi 4, I think it's something like 15% faster, something like that, and it's also got 2 gig in memory, which would make a difference. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now, we're walking down towards said location of said USA abduction. So can I just say here and now, if anybody finds this, I have been abducted. I'm okay, honest, hopefully. I shouldn't even joke about this. Now interestingly, there's a film called, hurry up! There's a film called Caliber, which it's on Netflix. It's a great film. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's quite a dark thriller, and part of it was actually filmed in fact, it's not this forest, it was filmed in a place called B Craigs, which isn't far from here. So anyway, back here. You know, when I'm down here, I always think I'm going to see like the Sasquatch, Bigfoot. It's always very, very, very quiet. Now these arrows in the trees, I think they have a lot of kind of races, trail races. So here we go. This is it. You can see here, this is the site referred to in Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World, which describes an encounter between a forestry worker out walking and what appeared to him as an unidentified flying object. So that is where it was. There's the very man himself. That day I saw a spaceship sitting there. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Let's get going because there's a couple of people coming. That is the area. So yeah, back to RetroPie. I was really impressed with how good this little RetroPie image was. I says it's only 16 gig, but it plays really well. Hurry up, Archie, Jax. And I'm up here, you always get weird noises. Chances are it's probably just birds or something, but it can be quite creepy, but I've never actually been spooked. Archie! Here he comes. Oh, you hear that? Bloody hell, is that falling down? It's making a lot of creaking sounds. Right, I think I've kind of exhausted what I was going to talk about. So what I'm going to do now, through the wonders of technology, I've got my phone here now. Hopefully I can I can see my 40s. Give me a minute. Come on, I hate these thumb things, they never really work properly. Come on, how did I get into my phone? Come on, let me in. Damn it. Right, put my PIN number in. Right, okay, let's jump into gallery. Okay, right, first off is Colin Jones. Let's have a wee look. Have you been following progress on the Mega 65? Honest answer, Colin, I haven't. Now, I'm sure somebody mentioned it to me before. It's a, I don't know, it's a project. I think it's kind of like an accelerated Commodore 64. It runs something like, I don't know, 50 times as quick as the C64. So I suppose you could kind of say it's similar to the Spectrum Next. Now apparently there are a few prototypes of this thing in existence, but right now I'm not overly. I'll wait and see what comes out in the wash. If it actually comes to fruition, then it might be something I would buy, because I've got a couple of C64s. I've got an Ultimate 2 cartridge, which is wicked. It's an absolutely brilliant cartridge, but like I and everyone else knows, original hardware will eventually fail. Capacitors, resistors, whatever it is, they're not going to last forever. Now I'm completely cack-handed when it comes to electronics. Don't ask me to replace a capacitor or whatever it is. I've got no idea how to do that. It's only my mate Chris that would know how to do that. So anyway, yeah, something that would allow me to play original Commodore 64 games on a TV via HDMI. Now I know the C64 Mini is a thing, and I know that there's a full C64 coming out shortly. I might be interested in that one, but yeah, the 65 Mega or Mega 65 or Mega whatever the hell it's called, I don't know. There's so many of these things that kind of appear. Right, don't go getting dirty. Come on, move, hurry up. So he goes right through the mud. Thanks for that, Archie. We'll see, Colin. We'll see if it comes out. If it kind of comes out and it looks good, then I may well buy one. But I generally don't really pay too much attention to modern technology. Usually, when I get to know about something that I want to buy, it's usually because a mate's got one or somebody's told me about it. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for the question, Colin. Next up is Panther UK, Chris. Well, bollocks, I forgot to ask a question or even comment last week. Oh well, I did kind of supply a topic. Great waffle, fella. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just an idiot intolerant. For some reason, the only mini or reproductions I'm interested in are the Commodore 64 ones. Somebody was following me there. Commodore 64 ones, I've really got no desire for any of the others. I just emulate them on my front room PC. Guess I've become a C64 collector bloke, though I was given a fully working CPC 464 with colour monitor a few weeks back. The jury is still out on that one. Anyway, yeah, apparently the full size, the C64 it's called, comes out on the 5th of December 2019. So for next time, how many systems have you got set up in their entirety now that you've got a bigger room to do this? Right, I'm going to have to try and do this from memory. Obviously I'm out and about in the woods. Systems that I have actually currently got set up. I've got a Mega Drive. I've got a SNES. I've got a Neo Geo MVS. I've got a PC Engine. I've got a PC Engine Duo, which is a CD-ROM. I've got a GameCube. I've got a PlayStation 2. I've got a Dreamcast. I've got a Sega Saturn. I've got an Xbox 360. I've got a PlayStation 4. I've got an Xbox. I've got a Wii. I've got a Wii U. and an Xbox One. I think that's possible. I'm not going to count hard emulation stuff. I mean, I've got my main cab obviously. What's interesting, I'm looking through the viewfinder of this GoPro. It actually really lightens. It's actually darker in real life than it actually looks through the viewfinder, so it must, is it the aperture or something? I don't know. It must pull in light to make it appear lighter than it is, because this is actually quite dark. Yeah, it's very, very dark. If I don't make it, guys, tell Mum I love her. Now, if we're very, very quiet, you will on occasion get deer just through this little opening. I was up here 2 days ago and there was a deer. So we shall be very, very quiet and see if we can see one. So yeah, I think system wise, Chris, I don't know, were you counting how many I told you? I don't know, I must have about maybe 20 systems, something like that. And the deer's usually just about here. It's quite strange actually, because I mean, I don't know if you can hear cars. That is the M8 motorway, and it's literally, I don't know, 50 metres, not even 50 metres from here. It's very, very close. But obviously the deer must, well, they live in the woods, obviously. No, they must be in their bed. Or maybe it's too early for them, I'm not sure. So yeah, I would say probably, I don't know, 20 systems, something like that. I mean, I've probably got about the same again in systems that I could quite easily set up, but I've just not used them. Oh, I've also got the, completely forgot to mention, I've got the Commodore 64. I've got, it's getting really windy, so I'm going to have to shout. Commodore 64, I've got the Commodore Amiga, and I've also got the Atari ST. Now I am going to be doing a look at the Atari ST. I got a GoTech thing a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I've probably got about the same number of systems in my cupboard. I am going to keep trying to work on selling my collection. Not my collection, I'm going to sell stuff that I never use. I'm not selling stuff that I want to keep. So yeah, where's my phone about? Let's just stop for a second and see if I've got another question. I don't think there's that many, to be honest with you. Hang on a second. Swap hands. Oh, sorry, I've just got an email there which has reminded me of a third nice thing about YouTube. Andrew Clegg. Andrew's one of the guys that watches my channel. I absolutely detest, now you know who you are, there's a few people who make YouTube videos that refer to a pigeon? Yeah, it is. They refer to their subscribers as their fans. Sorry, piss off, fans. Really? It's people who watch your videos. Fans. That really gets on my, well, I'm not going to swear. I always try not to swear because I don't want to make this non-family friendly, but yeah, fans, away you go. Stop being so far up yourself. But anyway, Andrew contacted me yesterday to say that, asking me would I like him to modify my Atari Jaguar gamepad. Now when I say modify, what he does is, on the back he fits a spinner which basically allows you to play Tempest the way God intended. Now apparently there is an option in the Atari Jaguar version of Tempest 2000, I think it is, where you can use a spinner, but the Atari Jaguar didn't come with a spinner. But Andrew very, very cleverly is able to adapt these things. So he's offered to do one for me, which is really, really kind of him. So I'm going to get that posted tomorrow, and yeah, once it arrives back I will 100% be doing a little, not a review of it as such, but I'll definitely be doing a video showing this thing off, because Tempest has got to be played with a spinner. That is the way it has to be played. So yeah, that was just a little thank you, Andrew, for your generosity, mate. Right, let's get back to questions. Hang on a second. Screenshots. Right, we've done Colin's one, we've done Chris's one. Next up, Wee Bob. I kind of feel a bit awkward calling him Wee Bob because he's bigger than me, which is not difficult because I am a short arse. There's not many people that I'm actually taller than. I think my daughter, yeah, just about. But yeah, there's very, very few people that are smaller than me. And Wee Bob is not one of them. But anyway, that's what he likes to be called, so we'll call him Wee Bob. Enjoyed the waffle so much I fell asleep 3 times. Cheers for that, Bob. To be fair, I did start listening after a night drinking with some friends who left after 1. So on the note of sleeping, my question is, off the top of my head, you are meant to sleep in games like Great Escape. I think in more modern games like GTA you sleep to regenerate health. Can you think of a classic game where sleeping played a part? You know what, that is a game mechanic which always annoys me. I'm not into these open source sandbox games, as they like to be called. I've never been a fan of them, and I understand why you have it. It's all to do with, you know, regenerating your health. It's supposed to try and mimic real life, where if you go to sleep you're going to get your energy back. So I think most of these kind of first person type shooters, I mean Fallout 4, Zelda possibly, Zelda one of these ones, all these modern games, Skyrim, if you go to sleep you regenerate your energy. But what was the question again, Bob? Can you think of a classic game? I can't. I mean, as far as I'm aware, the whole sleeping thing is it's a fairly new thing. Did Zelda Link to the Past have it possibly? I don't think so. No, I'm trying to think. I mean, certainly no arcade games as such had it. Nah, can't think of any, Bob. I'm sure there was one that you had a sleep meter. Might have been The Simpsons. No, the only game related to sleep is Sleepwalker, funnily enough, which was a game released by Ocean. It was released on the 8-bit machines and also the 16-bit, and it was released by Ocean, and it was for comic relief. Come on, don't stop. And it was yeah, you played the part of a dog, and there was a guy who would sleepwalk and you had to basically stop him. It was a bit like Lemmings, you had to kind of stop him from falling off ledges, and it was one of the most difficult games ever. Really difficult. In fact, I should maybe feature that, and I've got a feature where I feature difficult games, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. Games Water Broken, something like that I think I called it. And that is just kind of done a big loop. So let's go back to the car. So anyway, thanks for the question, Bob. Next, now I think, apologies if I've got this wrong, I think this is Batman. The other day I picked up a Nintendo DS for the princely sum of £4.99. Bargain, that's excellent. Its only blip is a slightly loose hinge, but for £4.99 you can't complain. That equals the lowest price I've ever paid for a system, the other being a Sega Master System for £4.99 that I picked up in 1993 when it still had games being made for it. Excluding gifts, what is the lowest price you've ever paid for a console or computer? Lowest price? I've been given computers. So you just said excluding gifts, so that doesn't really count. Oh, just dropped the lead. Let me think. I bought there was a guy on Gumtree selling the Sinclair 128 toast rack, plus there was a Spectrum, a 48k Spectrum, and I think it was, how much was it, 70 quid. Now that's when, what's going on here? That's when these things go for, I mean, I sold the toast rack about 6 months ago for, was it 180 quid? Because if people want to pay that, that's up to them. Apparently the 128 toast rack is the Spectrum to own. Given I've got a Just Specky and I've also got a Spectrum Next coming, whenever that's going to be released, I'm not fussy, you know, I'm not a collector per se. As long as I can play the games, I'm happy. So yeah, I got these two computers for 70 quid. Also got a Vectrex with, I don't know, about 8 or 9 games, plus it also included a Binatone TV game, and I got that for I think 60 quid. That was maybe 3 years ago. What else? Also got my original Vectrex, plus I think it was 11 games, all boxed with their inlays and what have you. And that was 100 quid, which, you know, even then was a bargain. I can't think of anything. I've never, I did, when would it be? It was a car boot sale about, you know, you're probably talking about 10 years ago. Maybe not quite as much as that, maybe about 8 years ago. And there was a large box, and on the top of it was a Mega Drive. And I said to the guy, how much is it for that? It was like quite a big box, it was maybe about 2 feet high. And the guy's like, oh, 70 quid. Or was it less than that? I can't remember. So I had a quick kind of rummage through, and there was quite a lot of games. And it turns out for the 70 quid, I think there was 2 Mega Drives. I think there was a Mega Drive, or was there 3 Mega Drives possibly? 2 originals and 1 Mega Drive 2. There was also a Mega CD. There were some Mega CD games. There's been a murder of crows. Playing. Aye, so I got a Mega CD, 2 or 3 Mega Drives, numerous games, and it was for about 60 quid. So, you know, that was pretty damn good. That was pretty damn good. But I can't think of anything else. I've never got a computer for like a £5 or anything like that. So listen, let's look at the last question. And this is almost going to work out perfectly, because we're going to be at the car. Right, come on, you stop. Right, there we go. Thanks for your question there, but the last one is by Failed Channel. Question: so I'm working on something completely different, and you told me to do years ago, to upload to my channel in the future, and have watched many hours of footage of myself talking about games, and it's kind of sounding odd to me hearing my own voice. Did this happen to you when you first started watching your videos, or is it just me? This is also why I asked for tips recording the CRT screen from Real Hardware. How did I feel about watching myself? You know what? I've always, from day one, from the very first video that I put out, which was what was it? Was it Sewer Shark? I think it was. As I said, I started up my channel. It was a means to get me to play games. I'd kind of lost my gaming mojo, so I thought to myself, why don't I play some games and just talk? So that's what I started doing. So I've always, the very first video I put out, I was talking, because I don't, and I'm not knocking people that don't talk, but personally I'm not a fan of just watching somebody playing a game without talking, because it could be anybody playing it. I like to listen to somebody talking, because then you get the flavour of the person, you get the personality of that person coming across, and that is what makes their video different from somebody else. So yeah, from day one I've always done that. As far as, you know, doing it, just it's one of these things, it can be an awkward thing, you know. I never ever felt awkward about doing it, but I think, and it's not a boast, but I do think I've settled into it quite a lot. I'm completely at ease talking on camera. I mean, I've just been talking for about the last hour about nonsense, and it's something that's I find quite easy, but that's what makes it enjoyable. You know, sitting playing a game and not talking, to me, I'm not really interested in. Yeah, I play lots of games, but I don't record them, you know. But if I'm playing a game for a YouTube channel, or for my YouTube channel I should say, I would always prefer to talk. I think these two guys are knackered. So that is it. Yeah, I'm almost at the car. Just wait until we get into the car before I switch this off. So, aye, like I says guys, YouTube is a phenomenal thing. Don't let people knock YouTube. Yeah, you do get one or two idiots. I mean, the video I put out for my mate's little girl there, and somebody actually down thumbed it. Really? Who would do that? I just don't get it at all. But, you know, Neil and his wife inviting us down to stay. You guys been absolutely awesome, giving all that money for little Erin, and then Andrew offering to give me, or not to give me, but to make me a spinner for the Jaguar. That's awesome, and you know, it blows me away how cracking you guys are. So yeah, we're almost at the car, just that gate down there on the right hand side. You can see the little post, that's where we're going. But I'm going to get going. I'm almost, I said, once I'm at the car, I'm going to jump back in the car, drive home, get a cup of tea and probably jump into a bath, something like that. But yeah, by the time you're watching this, I will be on my way down to Sunderland. That's where Neil stays. And then we're going to be going to Nerg, which is in Newcastle, on the Saturday. Looking forward to it. I'm kind of getting bored of the play events, I really am. The only appeal for me with these play events is meeting the people, meeting my friends. That is it. There's nothing else. The actual event itself I find quite dull now. I really do. So I'm looking forward to Nerg. There's a few of my mates going down. One of my mates, Mike, is going down. He's got a couple of cabinets, I think, Turbo Outrun. So if you're down there and you play Turbo Outrun, that's my mate Mike's machine. He's got a few of them. So I'm just going to finish off now guys, and say I hope you have a nice weekend. Thank you as always for your continued support, and as always guys, thank you very much for watching.